Hey, welcome to the QB School. Fired up. What a day of ball. My goodness. Just some fun games, especially the second, what was that? 2/3 of the day there. The Charger game, the Chiefs, Seahawks, Patriots, just some unreal finishes. Dallas, the onside kick, the copter. Oh, man. So many good things. You should know the drill. It's been a little while. Let me know how I sound. Let me make sure you can hear me. Hit me with your favorite emoji, and we're going to get this thing going. Cheers if you got it. I appreciate it. Man, that was a fun day. Some good ball. Man, fun finish on so many different levels. Let me know what y'all think. Oh, man. Got some characters in here. I appreciate it. That was a fun game. I'm not gonna lie. Watching that game with the Seahawks and Patriots, it was fun on a bunch of different levels. You know, I feel like for me personally, I sometimes have to struggle through the broadcast element of it, but still, Russell Wilson. I mean, as much as people don't want to give him, quote unquote, the respect he deserves, the guy throws ridiculous deep balls down the field. I mean, they really are. They're ridiculous. Now, I'm going to say the one down the left side of for the touchdown right at the front pylon, there were some elements of luck to that as far as like being able to stay in bounds with his foot hitting the pylon, all those types of things. But still, I mean, consistently just ridiculous, and anybody who wants to hate on it, I just don't quite understand, and it really is something special. Now, I don't necessarily understood why they threw it right there at the end. They just can't learn a hard lesson, but still, Cam, I was, besides for the pick, which I could make an argument that I didn't love the design of the play. It looked pretty familiar to me as far as like potentially Brady's pick last week, but man, battling back, he's just such a force. Calling quarterback power at the goal line shouldn't get that type of penetration. I'm going to have to go back and watch exactly how it went down, but I like it as a call. I probably would like it a little bit better if they spread it out and run real, power read type stuff. But I mean, they made a nice play. It was a great game. And then the Dallas game was an unbelievable finish. The Chiefs all day, Herbert. For as much as, and I'm still not necessarily sold on Herbert by any means, but the one throw for a touchdown, going to the left, like the kind of the outside go with the two verticals running right at the corner and ripping that outside throw, I honestly don't know if I've ever seen a throw like that in a game. Like that is a 7-on-7 throw. And there were just so many plays like that. I know I got people coming at me all over Twitter about trying to do a Josh Allen video. I'm sure I'll get to this week. I didn't watch a snap of it. I have no idea I know he threw for 400 yards. That's about it. But man, whew. I mean, my goodness. That was a fun second half of Sunday, or second 2/3 of Sunday. Hit me with whatever you got in the comments. I appreciate you all hanging out. If you haven't already, make sure to get all over that smash and shoot. Whew, my goodness. That was fun. Man, what a bummer, though, about the injuries. My goodness. I got to go back. I didn't watch any of the Niners game as far as how all those injuries went down, but it just felt like so widespread today as far as, obviously the Niners had a bunch of them, but man, it was just across the board, and it just kept happening, especially early in the day. My goodness. Whew. It is a Bud Light in the glass. Bud Light kind of finish, actually. Dre, why I'm not sold on Herbert? It was one game. He did it. I mean, that's the major reason. I think he did play better than I probably would have guessed he played. He made some throws down the field that I probably think I didn't necessarily know he had in the bag as far as being able to consistently do it. When he was at Oregon, actually had some anticipation throws. I saw one stop, I think, to Keelan Allen. He put it a little bit inside, but I'm pretty sure there was quite a bit of anticipation in that throw. So I'm excited to go back and look at the all 22 of it. But, I mean, that one throw for a touchdown, that throw in and of itself, I know, I think after the game, Anthony Lynn said that Tyrod Taylor is still the quarterback. I mean, that's not true. So he can play a little bit more if he wants, but that franchise has moved on and should move on. And after that performance against the Chiefs, he deserves an opportunity to be the everyday guy. That's just my thing. Appreciate it. All good. Fun to do the live stream. Just hasn't worked out the last couple weeks, and probably is not going to work out again. That's why I wanted to jump on tonight while it was fun. And man, just so many good things there as far as like excitement. NFL Sunday. I know people are kind of like all over the place as far as some stadiums having fans in there and whatever, the masquerade, and Bill Belichick looking like some sort of like Birdman and like all those things. And I get it. You know, this is not not necessarily going to go that route as far as the health preventions of it. I personally think it's a little weird, but you know, it's the football of itself on the field to me was enjoyable, and it was fun for me to just enjoy it, to be honest with you, more than anything else. And it just kept the level of play of quarterback, I think, more than anything else. I mean, obviously it's a quarterback driven league. Obviously you're here, it's a quarterback driven channel, so it's in my best interest to promote that. But really, I mean, there were some really nice performances, and I'm excited to go back and look at it. Like just Cam Newton. I was probably pulling for Cam to win that game just because I wanted to do the video of Cam Newton winning that game, just because there were some throws, some comebacks, some throws over the middle, some pocket presence things where he looked, I don't want to say like full on different, but just more polished. And I know Collinsworth kept talking about the shoulders being up and things like that, and maybe that's what they are working on in New England. I have no idea about it. But he looked more polished as far as his decision-making, processing within the pocket, and his ability to run still. And so, I'm excited about what they got going in New England. Yeah, it didn't go their way today and with the Seahawks, but man, shoot, Russell Wilson made some ridiculous plays down the field. He really did. And it was fun to watch. It was just a blast. It was a good old Sunday, man. Fun stuff. Whew. Dane Tran, what do you think about the Falcons? I don't think much about the Falcons. I think Eric Bieniemy is getting ready to move to Atlanta, I think is the latest thing I heard about the Falcons. So it's a bummer. I don't like to joke around about people losing their jobs, but those are tough L's, man. Tough L's. Oh, Cam James, what up? Tyler, man. Arizona's for real, huh? A little bit? Fun to watch. I mean, Kyler Murray. The height thing might be officially squashed. It really might. He's just, they're playing at a high level. He's unstoppable. He can barely touch the guy when he takes off to run. There were so many big scrambles today, quarterback-wise. Like even Patrick Mahomes, he made some ridiculous plays towards the end of that game when he had to. But probably the biggest play of that game for me was the scramble for like 21 yards on a 3rd and 20. I mean, it's just surreal. Like, I mean, they just do it consistently. And the quarterback play is like the full spectrum of the league. It's like some guys who are aging out, some guys who are for sure Hall of Famers, still playing at a high level. I think like Roethlisberger, there's still a number of guys that are Hall of Fame guys that are playing right now. But then there's this next generation that is just like, I don't want to say that they're better, but it just feels different. And it's fun to watch. And they're just so consistently good. My goodness. Whew. And I'm sure I'll talk about it at some point this week on videos. But the Chiefs kicker, no idea who this person is. But the fact that you can make 3, I want to say 58 yarders, maybe 56, 3 in a row. Like, I mean, I don't know if y'all have ever seen someone kick a 58-yard field goal in person before, but it's like a mini miracle. And I'm sure that there are some guys that have stronger legs than others. I was around Janikowski for a little while, and, it just sounds different coming off some people's legs, just like it sounds different when some certain guys hit home runs. But 3 58-yarders to win the game. I mean, I was tired just watching him after the second one. I was like, man, my leg is tired just watching it. And they were no doubters. I mean, it's so good. It was crazy. So good. Oh, man. I know. The Josh Allen thing, I'm going to have to go back and watch the Bills. Who'd the Bills play today even? I don't even know. Like, that's how West Coasty I am. I apologize for people who aren't, but like, they're just not on out here. I don't know anything about them. Like, it's not my thing. I'm sure I'll check it out though, because I keep getting bombarded. See, the Dolphins. No offense, but like, haven't watched a snap of Minshew all year. It's just one of those things. Like, I'm not gonna sit. I don't watch the Red Zone channel. I don't watch every single game. I'll go back and pick and choose what I want to watch. But like, what did I see? Is this week's Thursday night game is like the Florida Bowl? Like, I'm not interested in those teams. Like, unless Tua's playing, I don't want to watch those games. Like, I know people come at me about Minshew, but I saw him have like a nice little throw on what I'm used to calling bullets, or like a go out the backfield to the back today. That was pretty nice. I love his look, but like, beyond that, I'm not interested in watching that much Jacksonville film. I'm just not. I don't, it's not my thing. Appreciate it, Scooby-Doo. Man, we're up to 140 on a random Sunday. I appreciate this. I got to do the Sunday thing more often. Tom Carpenter. Let me see this. It seems Brady changed his shotgun footwork this year. In New England, he was staggered. The line of scrimmage takes a punch step off the snap. Any thoughts? Why? Pros, cons of each? Tom, there are certainly pros and cons of each. I think it more depends on the offense. I would be surprised if he intentionally changed it, just because, unless it's very specific to that offense. I will tell you that I'm excited to go back. I've seen the highlight a handful of times of Mike Evans catching that deep ball down the middle of the field that looked identical to the pick that he threw to Mike Evans the first week against New Orleans. And so I'm excited to go back and look at that. But, besides for that, I'm probably not going to go back and watch that much of that game. Winston, appreciate it. I got who asked that? Edwin, what's wrong with Carson Wentz? Edwin, I have no idea. I didn't watch a second of the Eagles, but I do love Doug Peterson. I'm a friend of Skangs on the offensive staff there. I need to go back and just kind of take a peek about what they're doing. I've heard that there are offensive line issues, not from anybody on the staff there, but just like the 2 seconds that I looked at it. But I have no idea. Dre, I didn't watch Burrow. I didn't watch the Thursday night game at all. We had practice. Whew. Eddie Smith, I appreciate it, man. We watched the same games. It was crazy. It was fun, though. I can't remember. I'm sure that there have been many Sundays like this before, but maybe it's just because 2020 has felt like a decade. But it just feels good to like have some like back-to-back-to-back high-quality finishes, and I'm sure it's stunk for certain fan bases, but the football was good. That onside kick made me so happy. I love that copter. I was so upset that the announcers were like, I've never seen this before. And like, every person who has anything to do with high school football that does any sort of research knows that the Pulaski Academy in Arkansas does that copter kick all the time, and it's like their number one go-to. And I mean, it hurts my soul. But it was fun to watch. And man, the Falcons looked like they had never seen a changeup before. Those guys were like standing there, like staggering backwards, and it was crazy to me. The thing about it is, the reason why I like that copter kick so much is because so many teams have antiquated ideas of onside kicks to me, meaning that they have that front line like out as personal protectors and one guy to catch the ball. Well, that doesn't really work anymore when you don't get the running head start. There's no reason for the kick you off team to do that. So now that copter kick allows people to run behind the ball, and it really throws people off. It's kind of like throwing a changeup in baseball. You're just not used to it. And if you've never seen it before and it works perfectly, God, it was good to watch.
Cheers.
Cheers, y'all. Cape, I see ya. I'm going to hit this super chat right now. Does the consistency make these quarterbacks better than ever? I don't know if it's the consistency or just, I think it's a combination for me of the athleticism, like just the pure like ability to make a play on their own, the ability to throw the ball from all sorts of different angles, the ability to push the ball down the field, combined with the spread element, combined with the way that the rules now protect an offense. specifically at quarterback, so much. And just the way that football has evolved to be more of a vertical, horizontal stretch game, and the quarterback's running it a little bit, it just feels different as far as like the product that we're watching, the kind of the athleticism at the position, the dynamic plays being made consistently, and just the ball accuracy. I feel like the throws are more accurate than ever. Maybe it's just me being more hypersensitive to it, but like I don't feel like there are a lot of like significant misses. You know, I can remember watching guys being like, yo, this cat's lucky to hit the broadside of a barn, and he's playing an NFL game, where I don't feel like there are very many guys, if at all, like that right now playing. And so, you know, maybe it's early in the season, all the starters are still playing, but it's like all those things combined, especially the age of some of these younger players, you know, I think that's what sticks out to most to me. Ronald, still cooking, eh? Man, we got Sebastian. Watching Atlanta choke is getting familiar, man. That's a struggle. I feel bad for the guys in Atlanta. It's a tough deal. The who had bolt up highlights. The Herbert debut for me is probably a for sure video this week. I'm not sure how I'm gonna manipulate it with the Patrick Mahomes performance. You know, I'm a little sensitive about doing Patrick Mahomes every single week when he probably could have just his own channel. But this idea being that, I mean, Herbert, for whatever reason, whether we ever get the full story about why Taylor wasn't playing, but to go from not playing to playing in pregame warmups and then playing pretty well, you know, I don't think necessarily perfectly by any means, but running around, making plays, doing what he does in the screen game, making enough throws down the field to be successful, giving his team a chance to win against the best team in the league. I mean, it's impressive. It is. It's probably better than I could have ever imagined he would do, especially considering the circumstances. You know, now, can he do it again? And can he do it again? And will he get an opportunity? And, you know, I can't imagine that he won't get another opportunity really quickly, but that's just my you know, 5-second analysis of it. He played better than I thought he would have, and I'm fascinated to see more. You know, I think the Chargers are a little bit more balanced than many people would have guessed, and you know, Herbert brings a different element as far as his ability to make plays down the field and kind of even in the running game. Like that collision on the sideline with the linebacker, like I can't remember the last time I saw that. Like there were a couple decisions where I was like, I'm not sure if he's going to survive if he keeps running the ball like this, but you know, sure enough, they were bouncing off him. And so, you know, so many of these guys are huge, big guys that it's kind of, you know, you forget when you watch them, you know, when you're walking around at a normal human height, that these guys are all 6'5", 6'6", athletic, dynamic, you know, all those things, and can take those collisions. I don't know if you want to do it all the time, but when you're just kind of in that flash start where you don't get an opportunity to fully prepare as a starter all week, you got to go out there and make plays with your feet. But it's not just Justin Herbert. It was guys across the board today making plays with their feet, inside, outside the pocket, and design runs, not design runs, scrambles, first downs. You know, it was one of those things where, again, the position has become so much more athletic, so much more dynamic, so much more awareness as far as being able to get up the field and extend drives and make plays. And then, you know, all those things combine just to make a great day of quarterback play. So I'm fired up to dive into the video. Man. Well, I'm not going to lie. Wearing down here. I'm exhausted. You guys should be exhausted. Full day of Sunday. Good ball all the way down to the wire. It's always fun. I feel like it's always a better Sunday when the Sunday night game is good. I'm not sure how many people are looking forward to tomorrow's Vegas Bowl, but I'm medium. I'm not going to lie. Scooby-Doo, you never get exhausted. Either way, I'm exhausted. Thank you so much for hanging out just a little bit. Little Sunday flash with the little live here towards the end of the night. I appreciate it. Good stuff. Thank you so much. Check out the videos this week. Thanks again. If you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate the support. New course, October 1st. Get your mind right. Thanks so much. Have a good one. Good night.